Technology. There we go. So.
Oh, it probably counts as my favorite show.
The Force is back again.
It has, none of these have let me down.
With,
yeah.
Our second batch of Team Knight Rider episodes. Quick recap, late 90s. You can watch the first episode. The first episode we did on the first 5 episodes of this.
It's a group of folks.
Group of roughnecks that...
And that's who they are.
Had to do what one man did in the 80s. But here we are.
Yeah, we've been keeping on watching these.
So...
We wanted to do this a time or two ago, but other stuff, of course, that happens.
Life in the 21st century, so...
Yeah, we had to finish Ultimate Thor, of course.
Yep. Decreed. So now we're back on this.
You do these in chunks.
Yeah.
And this chunk is starting with number 6.
Episode 6, Choctaw L9.
Yep. Named after a Choctaw already.
Yeah, I mean...
Already.
I mean, what else do you need? The episode opens up with probably one of the most fantastic opening debates of any episode ever.
Oh, yes, the military guy's talking about the fact that Air Force One can be just any jet.
A la, yeah.
With the president on it.
Probably a la Hacked, like the debates that went on in that movie later. But,
he's got to be airborne.
Well, say the bike falls over a cliff.
Yes, all right. Technically, that's Air Force One.
But yeah, it involves this cool one of those helicopters that's like that wide.
So I would call this like a gyrocopter plus
cockpit thing.
Like it's like a really small helicopter. It could be a gyrocopter, but the reason they had to make it that small is because it had to fit inside of a semi freaking trailer. They had to be able to transport it on open lanes.
It's skinny.
Normal lanes. They couldn't fly it wherever it needed to go.
And obviously you go through this thing with it being stolen from a military base.
Yep. Features a great Lost in Space reference from my boy Plato, Motorcycle Plato. Always good with the references. And
2 cool-looking blonde ladies that run along.
They're part of the evil hench team.
And yeah, they do hench stuff.
Yeah. So this is this episode is a first in the series. It marks the first time in which Kyle may or may not be fallible. The first 5 episodes, he was a strong leader.
Our Kyle.
He was our boy, somebody you could believe in, never messed up, at least until now.
Oh, I don't remember what happened.
But
he was being Kyle.
I think what he had to do was like misdirect a missile fire.
Oh wait, this is the same one with our actor man.
Yeah.
The Patsy truck driver guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and instead, like they make him take the blame for a missile fire into the semi instead of the semi, spontaneously exploding or something along
He's
those lines.
Presumed dead, the guy is.
Until our boy...
And Kyle gets the blame and gets freaking fired.
Yeah. With Kyle being fired, he's got nothing to lose, so it digs him up and...
Kyle!
Yeah. And you gotta love the institutional douche nugget that takes Kyle's place.
Oh, the replacement, yeah.
The
bureaucratic FBI man.
FBI takes command of Sky One.
The name Dante, it's a bit extreme for my taste. I was thinking about changing your name to Dan.
Fine, as long as I can call you Dumbo.
And the team and them and Hop Nuts. So
yeah, how did they get the idea for that guy? Jeez.
It's hard to tell, but Like, one of my many favorites moments in this episode is the sniper that can't seem to tell between a mannequin face and a live face. You know how sculpted the friggin' mannequin's faces was? And yet he still couldn't tell the difference. Way different skin tone. The guy wasn't even moving.
If I knew a sniper was gonna be shooting at me in the window, I would put a Superman mannequin in the window.
When you're desperate, yeah, but I mean, I was counting on the sniper to not even take a shot. But he took 7. It's crazy.
There's good action.
Great action.
Remember the bit where the Ford Expedition shines its mirror into the sniper's eyes? I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's this different FBI man. There's 2 different FBI guys.
That's right.
Mr. Replacement Douche and then the other one. And the other one ends up being the villain. But yeah. It's a pretty cool episode.
Who winds up being pretty cool, yeah. And let's not forget about the electric bow tie. Where lady throws...
Oh, yes, this is the same one. Yeah, because they make them wear suits. So then Trek is holding a tie. And it was this... It wasn't just like this. It was a spinning to make it...
Yeah.
Just to make it spin this way.
And a prime example of late 90s CGI. It was fantastic. Next episode, Everything to Fear. This is the one during our review in which I really had to recap it because I found it to be the most boring of the batch. But some things that kept me going through the episode and the review was the main villain guy, the Raven assassination fellow.
Oh yes, this is our assassin man who
To me, he looked kind of like the ribbons guy from Seinfeld. Why won't you wear the ribbon? He looked exactly like that guy. So that's one of the main things that kept me going through this episode. But he also wore a damn nice leather jacket. Can't forget about that leather jacket that he's wearing in the desert.
Yeah.
Desert gets cold. Maybe at night. I don't know.
Legitimately at night, yeah. But they kidnapped Jenny.
Yeah. And
another one with the plot standby of different people liking Jenny. And a villain comes in and uses that to their advantage.
I mean, she's a lovable character.
Make something happen.
But, yeah, so...
It was pretty stupid. I liked going through the episode, not knowing what the heck this guy's villainous plan is.
Yeah, the motive for the plan. Like...
The lady is kidnapped.
Yeah.
And placed in a remote location of a desert gas station?
Yeah, that's right. Why, though?
To force the attack beast, remember, that has a particular affinity,
an interest and affinity in Jenny, yeah.
And Duke.
To force them to
worm their way through the desert underbrush.
Yes.
To get to a dangerous item that he has hidden out there.
Yep. And
give him a ride.
To give him a ride
to another remote location nearby to kill a person.
Somebody.
The guy's an assassin.
Yeah. So
he's on this manhunt of wanting to perform an assassination.
There's a lot of gears turning in his head because he had to invoke the subplot of... We had to get the gears turning to invoke the subplot to the main plot to the subplot to the main plot again. It's crazy. A lot of...
That this coercion was to be able to get a ride out there.
Yes. All of this orchestrate to just get a ride out there, yeah.
And then what was our MacGuffin?
Yes.
LNG?
LNG, which stands for liquid nitrogen gas. So evidently liquid nitrogen is a highly combustible bomb.
But it requires special handling.
learned that from this episode. Not only does it
It does
make stuff freeze and fall to pieces, but it also makes stuff explode.
The explosions are giant fireballs. They're not even giant white, poofs of force and air and displacement. It's just
it's a fire combustion.
a fireball combustion, yeah. From liquid nitrogen. All great.
And it's the same as these others you go through. You get classic Team Knight Rider stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Great one-liners.
We got some phenomenal shots of Trek and Erica in the side hacker mobile.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, some of the best and longest times.
Juffles.
Yeah.
Luckily, they did not keep my Juffles away from me.
So, in a stunning example of cinematography during one scene, you'll see Kyle contemplating to himself, and the camera pans around his head. But whenever it's time for him to be authoritative and answering, the camera goes in the exact reverse direction.
What happened?
The whole building's vaporized.
There's no way they could have made it.
Find out what you can. Kyle out.
So it does one of these, and I thought that was hilarious. I mean, but it follows the same exact path back and forth. It was awesome. So
Maybe it was symbolic.
could have been.
Was that where he finds the little hatch in the dirt?
Yeah.
Or is that before that?
I think it was just as. It was a little, maybe one or two scenes before then. But
Kyle.
we'll put it in the video.
This time around, watching this chunk of episodes, I found myself going at a Kyle
So,
a lot. Granted, some were genuine, some were sarcastic
so
iterations, but yeah, they're definitely doing this lame, overarching sub saga of
yeah.
of him having a thing for the Jenny girl.
Yeah, that's a key element in the plot. So, great plotsmanship from them. And let's not forget about the attack beast's secret ability. At the very end of the episode,
Displaying a thing that the guy somehow can't read.
well, we got that, but also the launcher, what's called the air catapult, the pneumatic
Yes,
catapult
an
thing.
air ram
The air ramp, yeah.
that slides out. It's under the bed
Yeah, it slides out,
down there,
and then
comes out when you need it.
you're supposed to flick it up.
Takes the almost no time to build up in the thousands of psi
Yeah, hydraulic pressure and
to launch
the electronic control to
your
launch
MacGuffin of the episode. Yeah,
the big boom, the big LNG instead of
yeah,
the little
that
one.
shit was awesome.
Yeah, I loved it. I can't believe I almost fell asleep and lost interest the first time. Yeah.
Let's see, what was my other favorite thing of note for this? Was when Duke just straight up runs after his car. The villain is riding along with Duke driving, but then at some point he says, "Gotta part ways, out you go," and then takes off in Duke's car.
Yeah.
But
We did get great Duke runnies.
Duke has the good sense to just keep going after him.
To run after Attack Beast. It's great.
Again, good episode.
Yeah. Next episode being Sky 1. First time I watched it, a little bit of a snooze fest. But anyway, let's go over
It's
what.
just called Sky 1. I wish they would
Yeah.
have just went ahead and called it Jort Jet.
I mean,
But
yeah, for those that.
I am selfish.
Yeah.
The Jort Jet is hijacked by some fake employees. They
like
all like kitchen staff. One of them was in a chef outfit.
Yeah. So the chef gets hijacked, and a couple of the mechanics, I think.
A charming British man comes on
The PA.
Jort jet.
Yeah.
And says, what is it? We've got some dangerous canisters.
Yeah,
what was that MacGuffin for this episode?
The VX-130, the toxin from Iraq or something. Yeah, the neurotoxin from Iraq.
It was a nerve gas thing.
VX-130 is what it I guess is known as.
And since the Jort jet could easily access the various international waters,
they
ransom the demands is
they wanted to make those
is to just irrigate the entire countryside with the chemical warfare.
He's a criminal mastermind, this one is. But so I was amazed by the great innuendo scene between Erica and the new flight man, where you're supposed to like do the ages-old throttle
that was
jerk.
kind of classic. Yeah, ease over on the thing.
Yeah, and I've always been a big fan of snide British villains anyway, ever since Snatch.
That dude was familiar. I couldn't place who it was, but great British hijacking villain, yep.
And the terrorist ransom note, which we don't have a copy of here.
That is not
but
that had to do with...
Theirs consisted of billions or trillions of dollars and releasing a few prisoners.
Yeah, you had to release the political buddies.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. And,
otherwise, the episode was just their efforts to foil the...
Yeah.
Hijacking.
Not every episode.
Correct? They didn't have a convoluted thing
of...
So that was why this...
No. Yeah.
Man...
You know, not every episode has to be everything to fear. You can have a simple episode after a complex one, you know.
They go through some ducting tunnels.
Oh, plenty of utility.
Remember?
Yeah.
Duke and them are crawling through the ducts.
You get a good shot of their hoses to prove you need hoses, or the tubes. The little vacuum tubes on the side of the plane.
There's different pipes and...
You need those vacuum tubes.
Wire encasements.
Yeah. So...
Trek goes around and does some...
Trekking.
Does some great Trek heroics, yeah.
Yeah. Great trekking from Trek. So... Yeah, Sky 1, overall great episode.
Yeah, like I say, these...
Upon second viewing.
They continue to not let me down.
So, the ones that we were both chomping at the bit to watch the first time is the next one, Iron Maiden.
Which one are we on? Oh, are we already at?
We are already at number 9.
Iron Maidens?
Yes. And it's not because it's about the band.
Oh, wait, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, the Iron Maiden was the one with the...
Advanced future suits.
Those...
The Exo Troopers. Super soldiers for the next millennium of warfare.
Freaking suits.
That look like
introduction of the show.
They look like they come right off of like a Roger Corman movie or something. Maybe give them a little more credit than that.
Yeah, it's these great butt crap suits with just regular black fabric in the legs.
Yeah.
When they're walking and when they turn around while they're walking and you can see the butt is just some black cotton fabric or whatever.
Yeah, and it's
in our
we got our
Space Age Corporation
armor
tech company
and our armor suits, and yeah, the Highland the tech auctioning company. They're having an auction on these suits.
A number of tubes. The one back here is super cool.
Well, the thing is the Cold War was over in 1997. 98. So these suits are now no longer needed, but the money is. So, but this.
I mean, they were selling them to the various bidders of.
See.
What country?
The auction, yeah, but the auction goes awry. Like, evidently there were pre-programmed troopers in suits, the suit models.
Countries that would still be interested.
Are
buyers and customer clients.
Are killing.
Yeah, while they're doing this funny thing, it's pretty great. It's like a
Almost like a goof.
promo event of a grocery store parking lot. They're
Yeah.
outdoors. There's a couple tables set up with
People and
this
auctioneers.
What's this cool new kind of computer that you can
the power book.
just like
Yeah.
wheel the fuck around
Yeah.
when you're wanting to do an outdoor auction
Yeah, they're like on
around the world. Anyway, they have this thing lined up with
computers, and
these great
it's an online
mobile internet computer.
it's an online auction too, in conjunction with the people that are there.
And then they do
It's an eBay.
like one of those classic things like Ed 209 or whatever.
Yeah.
Where the technology goes wrong somehow and becomes dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Like, the troops then go on to infiltrate, the flag facility
Yeah, they attack flag headquarters.
directly.
Pretty
So
hardcore shit.
we gotta enlist the help of Team Knight Rider for that, for sure.
Well, what were they actually trying to do? They ended up being controlled by this devious
Lady group thing, and
that had something to do with her being a painter.
yeah,
She was an artist of some kind. I don't even remember what her stuff looked like.
they didn't go very far into that, or even the context as to why she wanted to hijack these suits.
She controls them
But
when they go awry.
and Duke falls for it too. He puts on the suit.
They go on different missions. Yeah, our
And-
Knight Rider. The fact that this is a Knight Rider episode is because
Duke,
poor Duke,
yeah, always the folly,
the one who ends up putting this suit on,
and
they control him for a little bit.
yeah, it's great. Yeah, so
Going along,
they
do some more bad stuff.
and then
The part where they figure out how to take the suit off. What is it?
you have to.
Ready to self-destruct.
Yeah, it's getting ready to blow up, so Attack Beast has to fire a laser.
There's like 3 Knight Riders all around him trying to
Yeah,
find the little hooks and clips to take his lame giant armor.
yeah, you gotta, first you go through a Blood
The
Eagle.
big torso piece.
Like you go through a
Off.
20th century Blood Eagle, and then whenever that doesn't work,
They're like, oh, we can't get this off.
you
How
get it.
come you can't get your targeting system online? And
You
he's
got,
like,
yeah,
oh, okay. My targeting system is indeed online.
At the
Let me
right
focus a laser
and then
to this.
that's how you do it. You know,
Is what enables them to find the latches to take the thing out.
high-tech problems call for high-tech solutions. The Apache War Blood Eagle was a low-tech solution.
In this day and age,
So there it is.
something involving Gene Roddenberry's ashes
Dude, I forgot.
and the
Man,
unfortunate but necessary misuse
there's a lot in this episode.
of Gene Roddenberry's ashes.
So where were you?
Plato and I were out picking up Gene.
Gene.
Roddenberry, yeah.
I thought he died.
He did. I bought these on an internet auction.
Yeah.
And then, what was the other? Spoilers. What was the other thing? This is the introduction of our
The
Lyndon.
lead villain bad guy man.
This lady ended up somehow being working for him.
Reports to, yeah.
There is the extremely brief mention of a data chip. She's like, you got your stupid data chip. Nah, what do ya want? Or something like that.
Yeah. And that's where they
I
leave.
didn't notice. Apparently that's what they were going around doing with these
Yeah, sure.
poopy suits, was to find some kind of
Evidently Flag had a data chip and
data packet chip.
I guess
Secret microchip that the guy wanted.
I guess
or
they got
whatever. That was the point of that. And then you see him, of course, in a reveal of like his hand. He's the wheelchair guy. We call him the Lyndon because it's
Oh yeah.
He's hooked up to these breathing tubes, and
Yeah.
it's kind of robotic, automatic wheelchair
Yeah.
control type thing, like the guy from
Cybermaster.
Interface the interlog on the screen.
Cybermaster Shepard 2.
Yeah.
Lyndon.
Very Linden.
Where he's hooked up to the.
You never see his face yet, though. That's the only difference.
Yeah, they want to show his face.
So yeah, but
A mastermind of numerous.
yeah, there's a lot to take in with that episode. Yeah, next one, oil and water. It's this next one. So, extremely boss scientific plot here. Radio signal activates sleeper cell cars that are affected by this.
Yep, that's which one this is.
Really stupid technology.
What is it? It's old, cracked rubber
Yes.
and rings.
And
Your plastic handles and your plastic rings.
Yep.
And your rubber
And something in the gas.
hoses and gaskets.
Yeah.
And your rubber bushings
And
and your parts.
you make
Break down from.
and I think you're supposed to make the gas like resonate at a certain frequency or something so that the engine.
The signal, yeah, it has to do with fuel. The radio signal comes through your radio,
Yes.
makes a bad noise,
Yep.
disables your car, and then also melts the parts
Yeah.
that are.
And-
It's from 10 years or older.
10 years or older, yeah.
Cars with a high mileage,
Yep.
but newer than back when they made them to last.
Yes. That makes a lot of sense.
So it'd be after the let's say 50s or 60s.
Yeah, after the 50s and 60s, but
Say you have like a 72,
yeah.
I don't know, Pinto.
The prime zone would probably be what, mid 70s to mid 90s?
Oh, wait, no, they're not going to say it's a Pinto.
No, they're not. It's Ford.
Yeah, it'll be anything that's not a Ford.
Like a Gremlin or
Okay,
something.
So not a Maverick, not a Capri,
Yeah.
not a Fairmont.
Yeah, so you would want to put in like the Chevy Caprice or
Yeah, they'll be taking a crap on like Vegas and.
yeah. And so yeah, that stupid technology is the crux of this episode.
Did you notice we had two villainous artists
Yeah, we did.
in a row?
Yeah, this guy's an artist
This
too.
next guy, our bald guy, that is what is it? He is a junk sculptor that specializes in pieces
Yes.
strictly made from
You put a
car parts.
you put a valve block in a vertical orientation and you're
Oh, that one
automatically
was
an
cool.
artist.
Yeah, the one was cool.
This is one of my favorites.
Yes, I can see why.
It was the engine block going like this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, so in this one we had some nice old oil factory stock footage.
Yes.
The film grain and the
Yeah.
out of focus camera.
Yeah, that weird tower with the little spiral thing around it.
Yeah. And we find out that Team Knight Rider is not impervious to this little leak or technology or exploit. They run on fuel too.
Your rubber handles and your plastic rings. Yeah.
Newer cards are loaded with them, so.
And then what was it? It's
So.
I love the ploy that the villain has in almost every one of these episodes.
Yeah, whenever there is
The
one.
guy wants
The guy wants to.
his failed hydromobile car
The one that
from
runs.
a couple decades ago.
The one that runs on water.
What was it called? It was the 76
The Hydro 2000?
Nihydrator or something like that.
I call it.
Yeah, he's got a. Wait, yes, I think it did have a 2000.
Yeah.
It was like a hydro.
It was
hydro.
I think it was. Yeah.
So he wants to disable cars.
Yeah, any car that runs on fuel and consumes
The
oil
cars of the world.
so that his company can be more successful.
Yeah, there's a lot of these plots that involve creating a vacuum for you or your company to
Yeah.
swoop in and gain the money and power. Well, it happens in the real world.
It does, yeah, but
Yeah, we
So-
at least have real world.
Yes. Some motive and precedent.
Anyway, that's what this guy is.
Beautiful.
They kidnap the car, or the lady actually sells.
Yeah.
Her
sells Domino.
Mustang. Yeah. Jenny sells Domino to the guy because he takes a liking to the cool options on the Mustang.
Yeah.
And he, the car is of course on, what's it called? Surveillance down in this garage area.
Mm-hmm.
Where of course he gives a huge speech to the henchmen about his wonderful plan of
zany
water cars.
Yeah. Which is a noble goal. I mean, water is one of the most abundant resources, but still crushing the competition with brute.
The fact that it was a shitload of dinosaurs freaking decaying in the ground for your fuel.
So there you go. Yeah, it's brute science and technology to make you better. Another fine example of that.
Sheer forces of nature.
Yeah. So the last one we're going to cover is
what was our last?
Et tu Dante, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Which is so.
Yeah, I forgot one of them is called Et tu Dante.
Yeah. So this is our first formal, real introduction to Lyndon, the Cybermaster ripoff villain.
Yes, they waited an episode, but then they brought him back finally.
Yeah.
Because remember, they end with that one where he's holding this, one of those lame 90s.
Like a goo.
Miniature CDs.
Oh, yeah. Like a GameCube.
Disc.
Like a GameCube disc or something, yeah. So,
it turns out to be the nephew's terrible album.
Yeah, that's right. So,
we, of course, know nothing about releasing terrible albums.
Not at all. Nah,
except we did see this part in the episode.
Yeah.
Where the guy hands it to Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny.
Says, look, man, this is my nephew's rock group. It has something to do with you, so I'll hand the CD to you.
Yeah.
So then you can hopefully say, wow, person's nephew, that sure was a good CD.
So, I want to know what late 90s Mustang could even play those little mini discs anyway. I don't even think that was an option.
I think it was a continuity error.
Yikes.
They're holding the little case.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever shows it, but it was probably supposed to be a normal sized CD.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, yeah, we finally get our mastermind.
Yep.
And let's see, should we point out he's British too?
He is British.
He'll have a dimension of the British charm.
At exactly 6 p.m., a bomb will explode at the...
But then what about his voice? They put one of those lame...
It's a doublature.
Effects.
Yeah.
One of those lame electronic effects on his voice for some reason. Was that supposed to be...
To make it...
the magic of showbiz, or was that supposed to be... in the technology of part of his breathing?
I'm gonna go on and say yes, it's a technology thing.
What's it called? In your thing with the hole, one of those tracheometers.
Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about.
Something. Maybe won't show his face, so we don't know why. But his voice has this lame electronic effect.
Maybe he was a heavy smoker. But so anyway, a few notable things from this episode. Best explosion that Kyle got blasted out of ever. He gets blasted. He gets blasted 50 feet into the air. It's great.
Oh, the truck bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning.
One of the key shots in the intro.
It's a bomb. It's a bomb.
Every episode.
I love when they're supposed to go like this, but then they end up going like. But yeah, this thing blows up.
We got
in your greatness of seeing people just jump and fly the heck up.
It's great too.
Yeah, one or two of those motherfuckers.
we get a stunning example of Kyle during like complaining about the small stuff that they do during the first 10 episodes, even though it's really not all that small. But he's like, we need to do something bigger.
It's pretty mysterious that he describes
the
real plot perfectly.
We need
It's almost like it was written down for him.
a multi-plot episode, or a multi-episode plot.
He says, gosh, Team Knight Rider sure does keep putting out all these small fires.
We keep resolving stuff in one episode.
When we really need to catch the kid with the matches. Yeah, I thought that was great.
Yeah,
We're spinning our wheels
we're doing good,
when we need to be peeling out.
we're doing good with technological design and ease of use here. Evidently, with Attack Beast, to engage the manual override, all you gotta do is press the button. Like, it's not a security feature
There's been
at
a
all.
couple times in these where an override is just like boop, boop.
But then, to fire the laser is a complicated sequence of, well, I gotta acquire the targeting system. Now I gotta acquire my phase regulator.
Oh, yeah, he has to reboot the targeting.
So, yeah, it's great whenever manual override is just a button press away. Our first instance of deliberately misleading the viewer is when you're supposed to always be suspicious of the chef, even though he does absolutely nothing.
Well, we should maybe call it the second, because...
Oh, yeah, that's
that
right.
one truck driver was dead.
Yeah, that's right.
From the Choctaws.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was our chef? I love this subplot with the... Well, I love the high-class chef anyway.
Yeah.
The dadgum high-class chef.
Yeah.
I am so taken aback that this lame white guy from the 90s, Kyle, would tell me to cook him a hamburger and fries.
Sounds really good, but I think I'm more in the mood for a burger.
A burger? You want me to cook you a burger?
Yeah. I didn't go to culinary school.
That's an insult to my formation at the Cordon Bleu.
Yeah, it's great. But
Sturpsman, Connecticut.
Yeah, and the suspicion goes absolutely nowhere, which is
and my 3 semesters
fantastic
that I studied over in Chesapeake Villa.
Yeah, Lyon, France, or whatever. Yeah.
No, whatever the lame American attempt.
Oh, yeah.
The guy thinks is classy.
So, yeah, we got an instance of another helpful instance of technology. There is a bomb, if I remember right, strapped to the Washington Monument, and it has an audio announcer. There's a actual voice attached to the bomb. You see the loudspeakers and everything. Everybody outside can hear it.
He taped a little speaker onto the thing.
It pierces stone.
And apparently it's an extremely powerful little speaker.
Yeah, and everybody knows that it's like a minute and a half until it's gonna blow up. It's great.
It's gotta be a JBL.
It's
But yeah, what is it? What's our thing in the formula this time? It is the thing that infects the cars.
Yes.
That causes them to... Domino tries to run over Jenny.
Yeah.
In an alleyway.
Yeah, so...
Where you might get away with that kind of thing.
The CD came loaded with a virus.
And then Dante tries to blow up a 58 Lincoln.
Yeah. With a nice old lady driving it.
Or something.
And just out of nowhere, even though she posed no threat. So... Dante's up to no good.
And it's this thing on purpose to turn your cars against you.
Yeah. For what reason?
Find out is
exactly
through the machinations of our wheelchair-bound British mastermind villain.
I guess guy. I guess it'll take more than one episode to find out his true intentions. Probably. They didn't give that away this episode. At least I don't remember it.
Yeah, it might be our whole entire run.
So,
granted, they do have to come back to Michael Knight.
They do.
I don't know if Peter Hasselhoff is ever actually going to be in, and I don't even want to look up if he was ever credited.
Oh no!
In episodes.
That would be spoiling.
I want to have that be non-spoiled.
Yeah.
A very long time ago, at the end of like episode 2 or 3 or something. They left a little, tease of needing to find out
they kind
why
of
you're not allowed to even look up Michael Knight's name in the company files.
Hopefully that gets resolved.
But yeah, this might be our great supervillain for the entire rest of the.
Yeah.
We have what?
The next half.
13 or 14 episodes left.
Yeah. So.
Hopefully he'll prove worthy adversary.
Yeah.
To our gang. What happens with Kyle that you are again proud of him in this episode?
I'm like, well, I audibly asked, how does he get shocked without landing on the ground? How does that happen? He lands, I guess, wasn't it Attack Beast that was electrically charged, and he lands on Attack Beast, gets shocked without even touching the ground.
Yeah, I was kind of aggravated by the.
How does that happen?
By the lack of attention paid to physics, but mostly just enjoyed how it looked.
I mean, yeah.
Kyle on the hood of a car, just.
Yeah, with the great 90s lightning just going all over the place. It was fantastic.
Do this to me, I'm Kyle. Kyle.
Yeah, you know your boy Motorcycle Play-Doh. In with another Lost in Space reference.
Oh, yes, that's like something they stick to.
Yeah.
Is the Swiss Family Robinsons.
Yeah, you always get a good Danger Will Robinson when there's actual danger in the show. So that's good. And we also find out the dude's name. We get Lyndon's name, which is Mobius.
Oh, yeah, his name's Mobius.
So we get the nebulous Mobius bad man sitting in the wheelchair, orchestrating bad stuff.
Yep.
So
find out who he is.
It's a good place.
Am I allowed to conjecture real quick?
We can conjecture.
Well, it might count as the disrespect of spoilers. My guess is that he's part of Knight Foundation from before.
Right.
Because remember how they had all of those idiotic former bosses?
Yeah.
Where it was like, no, it's not him. It's not that guy from... Or it's not the same guy that runs it.
No.
That runs the team now or represents them with flag or whatever.
No. But
it's a different man.
Yeah.
So then you have this other past guy.
Maybe
this other past guy. It's one of those.
Maybe a disgruntled former, employee.
I don't remember enough about the first series, but I feel like it's supposed to be.
Maybe.
Either Michael Knight's old boss, somebody that Michael Knight either worked with or had to answer to back in the old days.
Yeah, I don't know if an old boss would count. Maybe it was like an old, not very often shown, like, confidant, or like some other guy that Michael Knight maybe like worked with one time.
Something to that effect is what I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
because there's not enough episodes for them to. It doesn't. There's no other season.
No.
So there's not enough different stuff for him to do with.
Yeah. Can we? I'll go ahead and say that maybe Michael Knight like kicked that guy's butt back in the day, and now he's trying to get back at him again. It's like, hey,
he was a villain.
There's a new team. Michael Knight. So if I couldn't get that one guy, maybe I can get these 5 people.
I don't think so, but maybe it was just a villain. But anyway, yeah, another great time. These
a solid block
continue to remain enjoyable.
Yeah, solid block in the entry of the Team Knight Rider series.
I wish there would have been a little bit more of the infiltration and seduction stuff for Erica to do. She had great screen time and lines in these, but she didn't really get to go off and do her thing as much as she could have.
No.
So I kind of wish they would have found a way to do more of that. But yeah, at least they kept having her be on the screen.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
one of the hot females.
that's very, you know.
Same thing with Trek. I wish he had a little bit more of the cool computer whiz and hacker geek kid stuff to do, but at least they gave him lines and had him do some
science,
some Knight Rider stuff in general,
and tech stuff. Yeah, so
and crawling through
maybe
ducts, and crawl spaces and things.
that might be like the next batch. They may get to go back in the full swing. So we can only hope, I guess. So anyway, next batch 12 through 17 or 16. So, but anyway, yeah,
We're heating up.
we're getting through it.
We're fond of the characters at this point. We're familiar with them.
We want to keep going.
Not sick of them yet.
Yeah,
The point where we can anticipate what the heck the thing is going to be for the formula
yeah,
for that episode.
yeah. We're starting to call them.
And have not jumped a shark at all.
No.
There isn't going to be one.
Yeah. It's just
It's a dumb enough show that the
all
whole entire thing represents a shark jump for the franchise.
for the franchise. Yeah,
But yeah, that just means there won't be a shark.
yeah. This has all been just
And,
fantastic.
yeah, still look forward to, and hasn't let me down.